Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.
Hey everyone, it's Alex from Dude Absolutely. You should check out our show. It's me, my friend Chris, sometimes his dog when she's barking and running around. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. It might be fun to do a little Q&A. I don't know if Chris is going to keep this shit in here, but if he does, what's your favorite thing for us to talk about? Let us know in the comments. Also, Chris smells bad?
I smell bad.
Chris smells bad. All right. So many dad noises.
Should we just take out the first half hour?
Do you want to?
And then we just do. I hate that feeling. What?
Well, this isn't going to come out for 2 weeks.
Don't you ever
anyway, so
feel
yeah.
like you're not that important? And so what does it matter? Like maybe it's depression that's talking.
I feel like we had some good stuff to talk about there, though.
We did. We
You know?
did. That's true. And yeah, you're right. It won't come out for 2 fucking weeks. So people are like, are we still talking about this guy? He might have committed suicide by now. Who knows?
Anyway, how you
Yeah.
sleeping, Chris?
Hey, not so great. Averaging about 4.3 hours of sleep a night.
You know what that's more than?
What's that?
0.
Oh,
You are sleeping.
I am
just not well.
sleeping.
That's good. It's bad. I mean, it's really bad, but it's good to know that
Yeah.
you're sleeping at all.
Sleeping at all? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are we allowed to even talk? Like, can I even good? Because Callan and Sasso are still safe, right?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
we can still do that? Okay.
Yeah,
I enjoy it so much.
I know. So much. I know. It started with Will.
That's true.
Will was the first one to do it.
That's a good point. Okay, good. Thank God for Will Sasso.
Will Sasso's the one who started, hey, Brian, you basket of cats.
The Yar.
Yeah. Yar. Yar. Yeah, that's all Will. Will's the man.
Dude,
I fucking love him.
His fucking before I knew that he was doing it, Arnold in Iceland.
Okay, yeah, look at this stop sign here. It says stop here, but it also says it in the Arctic. Yeah. Okay, look at this boat. It's on land. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm in the Arctic. Look at this, I met some locals. Where are you from?
We're from Toronto.
They're from the Arctic.
Whenever I do an Arnold impression, I always think of you, and when you said you have to be more conversational.
Yeah, because Arnold doesn't go all the time.
Like Sasso does the best version of that.
Right. And that's how he describes his impression. It's like everyone does the Arnold by yelling and screaming. It's like that's not what Arnold does. Arnold just has a fucking hilarious Austrian accent. Just do that.
But so that, and then did you ever see the Italian thing that he posted on his Instagram?
Oh yeah, dude.
What are you gonna make for dinner, eh? Una bella pasta con pomodoro, eh? Nice tomato pasta, make the water boil, put on a plate, eat your mouth, come out your bum. Nice. Nice polpette, eh? Meatball. Fai polpette, make meatball, fai polpette, make meatball. Vaffanculo.
Her laugh.
I am Italian.
She sounds like Kim.
She does kind of sound like him, actually.
But
if I remember when I heard that, I was like, if there was a crowd full of that at a show,
you're crushing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the best laughs.
And
because you can tell they're the most just down for just the
down
silliness.
for jokes. Yeah.
There's no you see people
it's
who
not
are
manufactured.
constantly judging. What's the word I'm looking for? What does Simon Cowell do?
He's like
Like,
the pessimist, the cynic, the judge
The
panel, the panel.
Panel, yeah. It's not a panel crowd.
Right.
You're not. You shouldn't be doing stand up in a bunch of fucking Simon Cowells.
Right.
Also, I wonder if they do the British accent when they're judging us on stage. Right. For me, no. Also, your mother clearly hates you. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if...
Honestly, it's going to be a no from me, and here's why. 2 reasons. 1, you have horrible hair. I just can't get over your hairline. And the second thing is you are an absolutely atrocious singer. Not only are you not capable of singing, I don't think anyone that knows you could possibly be capable of singing. Because if they were, they would tell you not to get on this stage. Okay, I was just telling jokes, though.
Do you think that, like, instead of, you know how, like, in the bedroom you talk dirty? Do you think
Sure.
his chick is like, yeah, say nice things to me because he says mean things so often?
Could be. Absolutely could be. I would just think that every response to everything she does is like, you know, she's like, flips around and does a little whatever, and he's like, no.
He has
You will not be moving on to the next round.
he has like pen and paper, right? During, and then he has the golden buzzer when he finishes.
Confetti flies down from the ceiling. They start playing Celebrate Good Times.
Are those the right? Is that the right show?
Yeah, X Factor, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, if I'm ever having like a horrible day, and I got to be in the trenches, in the depths of horrible day, but I'll turn on a golden buzzer compilation just
have a good old
Just to
cry.
cry. Yeah.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, man. Those are the best ever.
You know what? Oddly, I still don't know why, but you ever watch Haka videos?
No. I don't know what that is.
Oh my God. Let me hit you with another fresh clip.
Did you have an agenda for today, by the way?
No.
You always write an
I was so
agenda.
fucked up from everything that happened last night that I was
Yeah.
like, God damn it. Today's podcast brought to you by Cialis.
Having trouble getting your member to participate in fun activities?
Bring in the principal.
Take one of these little blue pills. Okay, you got it. Is that... I can't tell. Is that fucking awesome?
Awesome. Whew. Okay, so the first time I watched
These
that,
guys are so jacked up.
so they're sending off this teacher that's retiring, and so there's different tribal dances for like a send off or for a funeral or for like good luck. There's these different versions.
Okay.
But the reason why they do that is to ward off like demons and stuff like that, right? So they're doing that for it's also like a warrior thing. So
Yeah,
before
like,
going into battle,
No. That's not a bedtime story?
before going into battle, right? Can you imagine Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords doing that? Maori dance. Anyways, they do that for this teacher that's retiring, and so knowing that these kids, hundreds of kids were at the same time doing this, just the most badass, not
Yeah.
giving a fuck what they look like either.
Right.
Like it's one, insanely vulnerable.
Right.
Two,
Right.
so badass.
Yeah.
And no one was laughing about it.
Right.
It's so fucking serious.
So genuine.
Oh my God, dude. That got me choked up when
I
I
believe
first
it.
watched it. And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And I watched a bunch more. Like, oh fuck, dude. The funeral ones. Whoo.
Woo, doggy.
Dude. Also, is it hoof Kevin or who Kevin?
Oof. Kevin.
Hoof?
Yeah, it's more of an oof.
Oof.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, but you got to really emphasize the beginning.
Oof. Kevin.
But yeah, you can't. I mean, it's got to be genuine, which is like the part. Like the authenticity is really what brings it out. It's like when it's just top of the head, you're like, ooh, Kevin. If you enunciate on the Kevin, I totally redlined there. By the way, that was.
You do it every episode. It's fine. That's fine. It's fine. I'm an audio engineer. I'm good at what I do, and I can handle it.
You're good at what you do. Chords dragging all over the soundboard. Nice.
Oh, what the fuck? So crying over YouTube videos.
Yeah.
What? So are golden buzzer videos your go-to for the emoticons?
It depends. I really like the like guy who's vulnerable gets a dog who's vulnerable videos.
Those are good.
Because that's one of those. Whew, Kevin. I will cry. But I think my favorite of all of them, the one that'll get me going damn near in, I mean,
0 to 60.
Almost instantaneously is when is dogs reacting to soldiers coming home. Dude, sheesh.
Stop it.
I mean, the soldiers coming home and surprising their family members also gets me. But dude, watching a dog like react to their best friend coming home from war is. Have you seen the one with the golden retriever is literally like crying in his arms?
No.
He comes walking up in the dog. Golden retriever, full-grown golden retriever. I mean, it's like 65, 70 pounds, right? Comes running outside and is like literally can't, contain their excitement. Sprints up to him, jumps like head level, right? And he catches the dog and the dog just starts crying. And you're like, who's cutting onions, huh? Like this is...
You know what's funny? When you said full-grown dog, I thought that was a reason why it's normally not crying. It's a full-grown dog.
No, I just meant it was the jump was the...
No, I know, but I like that imagery in my head. Like his other dog friends are like, geez.
Bill.
Fluffers. Come on. Jesus Christ. You're a full-grown dog. What do you...
That's funny.
Ashi!
Nice. That worked.
Yeah. Have you heard my dad voice that I use for my kids?
No. Is it a yell? Or is it like
it's just a
voice?
It's a deep voice, which I didn't know that I could do, but like genetically it's been passed down. All of the Duke dads can do it.
Yeah.
Which Duke dad sounds a lot like Doodad, and I'm going to start doing that instead. What's that Duke dad over there?
You have so many. I'm going to start saying that. And you never start saying them. It makes me laugh every time. You're like, dude, I'm going to start saying that. I'm like, yeah, no, you're not.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I do want to. Okay, I'm going to make a mental note. Just fucking.
What?
Instead of. Because I was going to say, I'm just fucking around.
Yeah.
And I accidentally just said, just fucking.
All the time when I was growing up, Nat would say, what's fucking? What's fucking, boys? Like, what? So funny. And I obviously adopted that. Dude, I don't know where is it here? Whoa, so much tension.
Yeah.
I like it a lot better.
What the fuck
like
were we talking about?
You were going to tell me something about dad voice or something.
Oh, yeah. When I analyze my voice, it's borderline like mid-40s female gym teacher. It is like about as deep as my voice goes.
Okay.
But when I do the thing with the kids, I can bring it down.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Hey.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty low.
Hey. Landon.
you sound
I just took a hit of.
You sound like a teenage boy trying really hard. Yeah.
Hey. Hold on.
Doing the woos in the crowd. It's like when somebody scores and you're like, it's the first time that you're not like, woo! So you're like, woo, yeah. Yeah. Go team.
Yeah, I can't actually get mad or it's not even mad, it's usually just a stern. Like, hey, we're not doing that. I bellow. It's more of a bellow rather than the...
Yeah. I guess I don't have any, I don't have any children, so I don't know how but I have yelled at people before. So
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. I have a huge
Why?
anger issues.
Who do you yell at?
Well, like when I was coaching hockey.
I didn't know you coached hockey.
Oh yeah.
That makes
like
the
12
fucking
years.
joke that I made about you at the roast that much funnier. I had no idea you'd ever coached.
Yeah,
coached
I coached hockey for a long time. I coached baseball for a while, but for me, it was all about attitude. It was less about performance. Like if they, I didn't care if they got beat 100-0, you know.
Sure.
But if they fucking whined about it, whew, Kevin,
Sure.
that drove me nuts. And so, like one day,
You gonna keep telling people about it that far away from the mic?
one game, they were one of the teams I was coaching was losing like 7-1 or something. And a common thing for I've never coached girls hockey, so I'm going to say, you know, young boy, adolescent boy hockey players to do when they're pissed is slam their stick on the ice.
Oh.
Which is like it's the most childish tantrumy shit ever.
Yeah.
Dude, does it piss me off. You're gonna slam your stick on the ice. You're gonna kick over the blocks too there, big boy? Huh? Or are you gonna fucking try harder? Because you're getting your ass handed to you right now, and nobody thinks better of you because you're slamming your stick on the ice. It doesn't make you a more formidable opponent. Like the other team isn't scoring the 6th goal that they've scored on you guys this fucking period, and then you start slamming your stick on the ice, and they're like, oh man, watch out for those guys. They're really scary wary with their big sticky wickies. You know, like, shut the fuck up, dude. You know, I used to get so mad. And so one day, like, I'm coaching, I'm the young guy on the bench, right? Like,
Okay.
all the other coaches are dads of players.
Yeah.
And they start slamming their sticks on the ice. And the dads on the bench, who are like higher ranking coaches than me,
Yeah.
are, you know, pissed about the goal and they're pacing and whatever. And I'm looking around and they're all like, all of them are slamming their sticks and fucking doing all this shit. And I'm looking around and none of the dads are saying anything. And I just like looked at the ref and I was like, timeout. And the 2 other coaches were like, what? And I was like, I got this. Like, you're obviously not interested in coaching right now, because the biggest coaching moment we have today, since our team is getting fucking shellacked, is going to be coaching them on how to be fucking adults. You know, like these kids are 17, 18 years old. So they all come into the circle, or into, you know, like a little semicircle around the bench. And I was like, if another player slaps their stick on the ice, they're not playing today and they're not playing fucking tomorrow. Because nobody, I don't care how you think, like, you need to express your frustration. Go out there and work harder. Because nobody in the entire fucking arena, like I said, thinks better of you for slamming your stick on the ice. In fact, everyone thinks worse of you. And when teams leave here, they're going to go home and think, wow, those Maple Grove kids are a bunch of whiny bitches. And now it reflects poorly on all of Maple Grove hockey, not just this fucking team. So buck up, try harder, and quit making fucking fools of yourselves. And then I was like, go. And then they all skated away, and the other coaches were like they had told me to do it, you know? It's like they were. It was like a bowling coach being like, you should knock over all the pins, and then you do it, and they're like, that was my idea. You know, it's like, fuck off.
Wow.
And then
there's bowling coaches?
no, that's actually a Jim Gaffigan one. Over there. But anyway, so after the game, I'm like in the lobby, you know, and I'm still like fuming because I could never let anything go. And I'm in the lobby, and these moms come up to me, and they were like, that was really good what you did. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, oh, we all heard every word you said. And they're like sitting across the rink.
Oh, wow.
Glass everywhere. And I was like, so I was pretty loud, huh? And they were like screaming. But yeah, no, that was good. All the moms in the stands are like, we wanted to say something. And I was like, funny that the guys on the bench who should be coaching don't want to. And then the people in the stands who aren't coaching should be.
Yeah.
Furious. But that's one example of when I yell.
That's very funny.
Dude, this one lock of hair is driving me bananas.
Just shave your head.
No,
of course not.
I look horrible
Then
with
just
a shaved head.
accept it as a part
I know,
of...
dude. I got a thing with like hair on my face. You ever get that? Where you get like the heaves?
Look where my hair is right now.
No, I'm saying, do you get the heaves from it? 'Cause
Yeah,
I get the
that's what I'm
heebie-jeebies,
saying.
like, so bad. And like when Caitlin, you know, she'll like lean in, give me a hug or whatever, and she'll have like loose little hairs that touch my face, and I'm like fucking, you know, and then she's like, what? And I'm like, you know what? And I'm losing it.
I completely forgot this morning a spider. There was a spider on my glasses. and it did the thing, and I just went, "What? Is that a hair?" And I whooshed it, and
whooshed it.
I
Sounds like
whooshed
the
it
most
off.
Nordic thing.
for whosoever is worthy.
Yoo-hoo. Big summer blowout.
Anyways, I whoosh the thing off, and it's on my desk, and it's so tiny. I was about to squish
it's the
it.
literal itsy bitsy spider.
Yeah. It literally was an itsy bitsy spider on my fucking face. And I was about to squish it, and I went,
What's the point?
why
This
why
is gonna
squish
grow.
it?
This is gonna grow into a demon one
Yeah.
day. You know
So
why?
I did the,
Which for sure killed it because
Yeah.
it's so little itsy bitsy spider.
yeah, so it's like clinging onto
Gale
the
force
desk, and
hurricane
it's like,
winds.
just fucking kill me. Oh my God. I can't hear or see. Fuck. And then it blew into the,
Did you say
The
can't
cubicle
hear or
wall.
see?
yeah.
Spiders can see. They got a lot of eyes.
No. Because of the G-force of my wind blow.
My bad.
Yeah.
So,
That was fucking soup's weird. Deeth doesn't strike me as an angry beaver.
no, not at all. No, he's a very calm, collected. I get it from my dad. I get it from my mom too. Which sounds dumb.
No,
I
that's
get it
fine.
from- like-
I'm
like-
glad you brought up your mom because I wanted to talk about.
No, all right.
All right. Okay.
Jesus, man.
All right. So your mom's a nice lady.
She's a very nice lady. But she had a very low threshold for anger, as did my father. Very quick to the like
Just a stabbing?
always kind of at boiling point. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Very quick to reaching a boil. But genuinely nice, relaxed, calm people. It's just like, you know, and I'm not going to say that I wasn't the perfect instigator for those things because I was a fucking maniac and also a total dimwit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand their anger, but I don't control my anger super well.
I'm
Not great at it.
yeah.
I wish I was better at it.
I think my dad would get mad at us like once a year.
Wow.
I mean, when we were little, he had to be physical. And so it was a grabbing of the arm and pulling one this way and one the other way.
Yeah.
So it seemed really aggressive, but really there was just 5 fucking kids that he was trying to.
right.
So yeah, he'd get like mad, potentially to the point of yelling once a year.
Yeah,
That I can even remember. But I mean, for your... I want to say so many things.
You're not saying any
I know,
of them.
I know.
You're not, because, and here's why. It's not because I don't think it's funny. Because I do think it's funny. The problem is there are so many people that watch this show that will not think it's funny. And I will not lose listenership for the both of us because you want to make some sideways funny comments about moms, dude. Super fuck off with that
All right,
shit.
all right. Okay. Does your what was your grandfather like?
You're trying so hard not
Dude,
to laugh.
it's killing me
Yeah, I
not
know.
to say more things.
I know. So
White Cliffs of Dover.
So on my dad's side, my grandpa's the chillest cucumber on the face of the earth. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's like totally very much believes in aliens. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's like the coolest guy. He's also so chill and just like, you know, takes everything just as it comes, you know? And my grandma is a little bit more high strung than he is.
Okay.
So they kind of balance
Wait.
each
This
other out.
this is your dad's dad.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. So my grandma's a little bit more high strung than he is, and so they balance each other out really well. On my mom's side, it's like the exact opposite. So like my grandma is on my mom's side is also kind of high strung, but she's also they're just very different people. You know,
Okay.
which I would but my grandpa was the one with the temper on my mom's side.
On your mom's side?
Yeah, he still does, and it's so funny when he gets like really mad. It's always about stuff that like he in no way can control, you know, which is what makes me it's like I used to be like, wow, Grandpa's really mad. But it would be like, he's like furious that Justin Morneau struck out a third time today. You know, it's like, Grandpa, let it go, man. It's
That's
all
the
right.
most granddad shit
Yeah,
ever.
for sure.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Seeing like, I don't know. He was just, they're both kind of I'm lucky enough that I have two sets of grandparents and that they're all amazing.
Yeah,
You know,
man,
like
that's
super
great.
lucky. They're
I mean, you're
very
kind of
special,
rubbing it in
yeah. I mean,
everyone's faces who...
yeah, for sure. And
My
all-
grandma
and
is
all those
actually
people-
coming tomorrow.
And all those people can definitely fuck themselves. No, I'm just kidding.
Great Granny Duke is making the trek from New
Great
York.
Granny Dukes her pants? That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, man.
Where's she from?
New
Hibbing?
York.
New York.
Mhm.
That's
She
right.
has
I
to
think
go
I
to
knew that.
LaGuardia.
Yikes. I've heard that airport's
The
a fucking
worst.
dump.
It is the worst.
Is that the one that's the one in New Jersey, right?
No, it's right outside of New York City.
Yeah, because JFK is in New York,
Right.
and then LaGuardia is outside of New York, and then what's the one that's in Newark? Is it just Newark?
Oh, yeah,
International
that's
Airport?
that's
Okay,
just
because
New York.
that's the one that some people go to, and that one apparently is also a fucking hellhole.
We try to when we can go to White Plains Airport, which is like a smaller, like St. Cloud Airport, basically. Wow, okay. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
Okay.
But yeah, she's going to LaGuardia, and LaGuardia is think about like the most disgusting part of the Minneapolis airport, right? It's more like Mall of America, right? You go down any of those stairs, and it's just you're like, what is all this fucking black goo? Does the
Ooh, Sandler
Mall
style.
of America fucking parking lot have a heroin problem? What's with all this black tar?
Wow.
Um,
What's up,
but
Ben
it's-
Affleck from Good
it's
Will
just
Hunting?
all of LaGuardia is just caked in this like film. Like I
That's
feel
so
like it gets
nasty,
in my
dude.
mouth. I hate it.
I've
Hate
never
it there.
really been out east. Like I was in DC once.
Mm.
And I never. That's not true. I've been to Boston.
Really?
Yeah, Boston's fucking tight though.
What'd you go to Boston for?
I got to like pick. So my dad, when he was staying at the Marriott like every other week, he racked up so many points, and he was staying there in Atlanta because of work. So he was traveling to Atlanta like every other week for work, and so he was racking up crazy miles on Delta and crazy points on hotels.
Mm-hmm.
So like, in back-to-back years, he took me on a 3-day trip somewhere, and then he took my brother on a 3-day trip somewhere because he had all these points to spend, and like he usually just takes my mom somewhere for a few days, but he was like, yeah, fucking take you guys with on something. So then
He was tired of paying for the extra
sure
carry-on because of your
yep, because my mom packs a lot of clothes.
yes.
Yeah. So
But-
shut the fuck up, Chris. So anyway, fuck you, dude. So anyway, God damn it.
Every time you were saying racks,
I know, dude. I know. So anyway, I got to choose between, I think it was Chicago and Boston, because those were the two that
well,
like
fuck Chicago.
I've
Sorry.
been to Chicago before. I actually don't mind Chicago. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
In the summer, it's actually pretty beautiful there.
Okay.
But Boston was great. We did the Freedom Trail in Boston. It's an incredible like hike. I understand that Boston has a troubled history with a
Yeah.
lot of things. I get that. But the Freedom Trail is a crazy historical trail in Boston. Like it starts, I think in some fucking park in Boston. And it goes like all the way through Boston pretty much, but it touches like all these monuments and old, like the coolest part for me was we like walked past this building and it was like the building that they literally read the Declaration of Independence to the first citizens of the United States.
Wow.
Like maybe not the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution. Whatever Constitution was post Revolutionary War, correct?
Right.
So it would have been the Constitution. So they literally like read like Like there's a fucking balcony. Like the balcony's still there. The building stands.
Yeah.
There's like this square. There's like there were hundreds of people just standing there listening to someone read them the fact that they're a country now.
Yeah.
Like that to me, I was like, holy fuck.
The way that you said that they're a country now was very much leaning hard on the cunt part of it.
God damn it.
Which makes me think of like
You
it would be
haven't
really
gotten your fucking zippity doodahs out of your system yet today, huh? Because you are are dragging this podcast into the gutter.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't mean that. I just like giving you a hard time because you're being a fucking prick and talking about things you shouldn't, you dingleberry. But yeah, that Boston trip was super sweet, and we got to go to Fenway and see a Yankees Red Sox game. Me and my dad.
Oh, awesome!
And I got bombed at Fenway. It was sweet because I was like finally old enough to drink, And my dad's like, "You want a beer?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You want another beer?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "How about a couple more beer?" And so like I was sitting next to a dude who like.
Did you guys take a train to the game?
No, we walked.
Oh, okay.
Because we were like staying in downtown Boston.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so it was like we just walked to fucking Fenway and watched David Ortiz rip a dinger. It was so cool, dude. It was like that was the last time I got to see David Ortiz like bat in person.
Oh,
Because like
wow.
when I was a kid, we used to watch David Ortiz as a Twin, but he was like pretty average on the Twins, and then he got shipped off to Boston, and fucking Terry Francona and the Tito Francona, aka Terry Francona, a.k.a. the greatest manager in baseball history. One of them, I would say, honestly.
Yeah.
Fucking David Ortiz first at bat for the Red Sox. There's a guy on second base, right? Mm-hmm. Or a guy on third, I should say. David goes up there, hits a fly ball into center field. The ball's caught, but the guy on third tags up. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
So he tags up, runs home, they get a run, right?
Okay.
David comes into the dugout expecting high fives because he had just hit a sac fly, right? He got an RBI. Like, guys on the team should be like, hey, nice job. You batted a run in. He goes to the bench, and everyone is just like being normal. And he's like, what's going on? And he goes and sits down. And Tito walks over to him and like calmly, like a dad would, says, yeah, I know they had you do that stuff in Minnesota, but here we hit home runs. And that was the spark that turned David Ortiz into arguably the greatest designated hitter in baseball history.
God, that's funny.
Isn't that crazy? Like, all it took was somebody being like, hey, man, maybe just swing as hard as you fucking can to make him an absolute behemoth. And then they got Big Papi out of it. They got, like, the Big Papi thing was such an awesome era of baseball. I mean, he was, and that was like, as a Minnesota fan, you're like kind of jealous because you're like, fuck, dude, like we missed out on David Ortiz, but it's also like the same thing with every other superstar that we shipped.
I was gonna say that's kind of our thing, right?
Right. It's like have them be here to just kind of work the kinks out,
Yeah.
and then send them somewhere else, and then they'll win, you know. And a lot of them just win in Boston. Randy Moss, Kevin Garnett, David Ortiz.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, Randy Moss?
Yeah, played for the Patriots, man.
I thought he played for Oakland.
He did.
Oh, okay.
For a year.
And then he went to Patriots?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Played for the Pats, won a couple Super Bowls. Still had his best years in Minnesota, I think. He's an incredible human being, by the way.
Like as an athlete?
I think as a person. I don't know if he's got a history of doing bad things in particular.
I mean, his unsportsmanlike conduct was off the fucking chats. Remember that one time he sprayed a referee with his water bottle?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was a competitor. I'll give him that.
That's not
I'll give you that. Like
the mark of any good competitor.
I'll give you that. He wasn't exactly he didn't exactly keep the lid on when he was playing.
Like,
people
tried
showman.
to say that he was like the Rodman of the NFL.
Not even close.
But once he heard that, he was like, I'm game. Let me go get some braces.
He see, but like his like showmanship, like I don't even think like comes close to the level that like Terrell Owens and Chad Ochocinco. The guy changed his name to Ochocinco. That's in my opinion, that's worse than Ron Artest changing his name to Meta World Peace.
Fin del dia.
But anyway, yeah, Randy was a beast here. And there's actually a ESPN 30 for 30 that if you're interested in watching, it's called Rand University. It talks about
On Randy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he comes from a town, Rand, I think it's Rand, West Virginia. I think it's West Virginia. I'm almost positive it is. Anyway, so
That
he's
makes
from
sense.
Rand, but it's like a decommissioned town.
Oh, wow.
Like they don't have a mayor. There's like however many people live there. And they literally call the 7-Eleven on the corner in that town Rand University. Because everyone that's from there doesn't get out of Rand. They just stand. It's like every day, all the people you went to school with standing in the fucking parking lot of the 7-Eleven, smoking and drinking. That's what they do. Wow. You know? And then he got out and changed Rand forever, you know?
Yeah.
It's like to me, it's like he, you know, and he goes back there and now he hosts a football camp in Rand, West Virginia. And like people from all over come to Rand to go to his football camp.
Holy
like,
shit,
so
that's
like,
awesome.
Yeah. I think he's a pretty good guy. But
Yeah.
I know you're not a sports guy. You're not a big sports ball guy.
Well, I mean, I watched sports ball guy. I watched I still have one episode to go on the Michael Jordan documentary.
There's another documentary you also have to watch.
Chris Herron.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one to watch.
That's the one where when I was in treatment, like I'd seen it once, but for some reason it hit everybody when we were all watching it. All these grown ass men just start like,
Yeah.
and it was seriously like a movie. Like we all went to the phones and we're all calling like, and you could hear everybody. I just want to say, I love you. And like it turned into this huge fucking thing.
Yeah, I believe it, dude. That's a tough one to watch.
Yeah,
Very tough. Also, there's a similar one to that one. Not as extreme as his case was, but that's about. Oh damn it! I forget his name. It's about a quarterback who went to USC and then was drafted by the Raiders, I believe.
Oh, Patton Oswalt.
Close, I think. I don't know. Whatever his name is, he's. I forget what his name is. I'll look it up and I'll send it to you later. It's that one is again. He got. I think he got into blow, and drinking and partying and stuff like in high school. But like his dad, like from when he was a baby, was like literally like doing workouts with little baby legs.
What?
To like, yeah, he was like they literally like he built a quarterback
Holy shit.
and like ended up building a quarterback, and the kid was like the best. They were like he's the most talented athlete maybe to ever come to college football, like ever. Like the kid is literally perfect, but it turns out like he had all these demons because he didn't get to live a real life. And then when he got let loose, it was just like boom, just took off. Anyway, you got to watch the McGuire Sosa documentary.
Oh,
That just came out. It's called Long Ball Summer.
Long Ball Summer. Yeah, that was a fucking. I know exactly what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
dude, that was.
Creatine makes me feel fine.
I don't know that it was creatine back then.
No, yeah, that's what they tried to hit him with. They were like, "Oh man, you're juicing on creatine," and he was like, "That's not juicing."
Yeah, well, like he was using Anamorphidine or something. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Animorphs. You remember Animorphs? The books.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
It's so dumb. I just made something up, I think there. Anyway, but like he was like, yeah, you can buy this over the counter. It's not illegal.
Yeah.
And then it turns out like he was definitely using like anabolic steroids. To,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Like they definitely juice.
I just remember as a kid, like him making that statement. He was so nonchalant about it. He was like, "No, it's creatine. You guys can get this anywhere."
Right. But yeah, they do a really good job of like not only following like the way that season went, but then also like the follow up and like how everything was going for them like now, and like the way like everything around them influenced that season, and the way like the two of them like coped with what was going on. And then like the fact like because I was a little too young then to like really remember all these details, but like it wasn't supposed to be Sosa and McGuire going up against each other for the home run title. Like it was supposed to be Griffey.
Oh yeah.
And Griffey is arguably my favorite baseball player of all time. Ken Griffey Jr. is a fucking.
He was the Michael Jordan in the sense of like marketable. Yeah. He was the most marketable baseball player I would say ever.
Yeah. Well, and he was so smooth. Like nobody that up until then, and I think since then, has had as pretty of a baseball swing as Ken Griffey Jr. Like, dude, when he would absolutely rip one and like finish. I mean, I'll never forget like when I was a kid, like getting to see Griffey highlights and being like, this is who I want to be when I grow up. It's fucking Ken Griffey Jr. But
what you end up turning out to be, though, was Tom Selleck if he had AIDS.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thanks. Because the shirt and the stash and the all-around anemia.
Yeah, nice. Hey, thanks. Appreciate that. That's cool. No, that's cool of you. But fucking... Yeah, so Sosa hit 20 home runs in June and like entered he became like a part of the race. It was like at first it was Griffey and McGuire were like going off. They both started the season super hot. And then Sosa just like he literally hitting 20 home runs in a month is insane anyway. To just think about like I know you're not a big sports ball guy, but like
that summer I remember that because
you probably played 23 games in June or 24 games.
They were talking about how the pitchers, they didn't care how the rest of the game went. They just didn't want to be the next marker for yeah.
And they have the pitcher that gave up the 61. Like it was Cubs Cardinals in St. Louis.
Oh wow.
And McGuire fucking hit 61. Like which is crazy that like the two Goliaths were against each other.
Dude,
you know? And then, the pitcher is there and he's like...
You know what I've been meaning to ask you?
What's that?
Last week, when you said, when we were trying to figure out Nebula is Gamora's sister in the Avengers.
Yeah.
When you said Yo-Nepetiz...
School of Rock.
Okay.
Yo-Yo Ma's cousin, Lil Nepetiz. Jack Black, when he's talking about how he was going to be in the Philharmonic Orchestra.
Okay. That's the whole scene?
Well, he's like talking to all the teachers. And he's like, I was supposed to be in the Philharmonic, but Yo-Yo Ma's cousin, Lil Nepetiz, which isn't a thing, by the way. When I was a child, I used to think that Lil Nepetiz was like a person, and somehow it was like Yo-Yo Ma's cousin like got into like hip hop or something.
Yeah.
But he's saying nepotism.
Oh.
Yo-Yo Ma's cousin, Lil Nepetiz. Nepotism.
That makes so much sense. You ready to test a prem?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
You do yours first, because I don't know what I'm gonna...
Well, I have one little one and then a prem.
Okay, do your little one. Then I'll do my prem, then you do your prem.
Do you think that when guys named Barry come, they say, oops, all berries?
Oh, you text me. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
And then the actual premadem is... Well, I don't even know if it's a premise or if it's just another quick joke, but they say black is slimming. So I've started turning the lights off into every room I walk into.
That's good. For sure. If you really want to
I refuse to do blackface if that's what you're suggesting.
No, I was just going to say like it would be funny if you were like it's a bummer that they started cracking down on blackface cuz be the perfect out. I'd never have to work out again or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That would be such a hilarious like if Justin Trudeau, if that was why he adorned blackface, he was like, "No, it's slimming.
It's slimming. That's why.
You know, I have body dysmorphia. Thanks for bringing it up."
Yeah. Hey,
and it turns it around on them.
You guys are all so rude.
And then he says it all in French Canadian afterwards.
Yeah. Thanks for repeating yourself.
Did you ever see? Oh my God, dude! Like it's insane that Trump is president, right? But we glossed over how insane it is that Trudeau is prime minister when during his campaign he said that what he really wanted to do was be a stuntman. And he was talking with this news reporter. And the news reporter's like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, you want to watch me fall down a set of stairs?" and he fell down a set of stairs on camera to show how much he loves stunt double work.
Hey, comment ça va, Paco? C'est vraiment le fun, l'épisode.
It's hilarious.
I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah.
At some point. All right, so I don't really have a premise for this. I don't know if you've heard me do this as a premise. By the way, I like it. I don't know where to go with it though. That's gonna be one you're gonna have to really flush out a little bit more.
I don't know how to word it so that it, because it like, so I turn off the lights into I don't know exactly how to word it.
Well, you could like follow that up with something along the lines of like, nobody can tell that I've lost weight, but that's the point.
Oh, I know.
Because like the lights are off, so like they can't see.
So you do that, right? And then I say, because you can't shame what you can't see.
That's good. Yeah.
Boom.
You could also like go, well, yeah, that's probably better than just saying like, I've never felt skinnier than when no one can see me. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty good though. I like it for sure. I mean, it's there. It's just not like a long joke. It's a fucking one-liner basically. I like it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've done this on stage or not. I have so much shit that like I did once at Nordic, that I never did again. And it just like was like, fuck, I thought about this on the way up here, and then I do it, and then it would be like a 1-minute joke. And I don't know if any of these like fall into that, but for me, like, why are people not more terrified of driving? Because driving of literally all things we do as adults is the one thing that all of us could die doing every single time we do it.
Yeah.
And people don't seem to care. In fact, they care so little that they'll do other things while they're driving. Wow. Like people will be driving a car, right? And then be like, I'm really hungry. So they'll stop and get food. And they're unwilling to wait to eat their food. So they will eat their food while driving 75 miles an hour on the highway, And they're like more into a bacon cheeseburger from Burger King than they are living. Isn't that insane to you? It's like when I see somebody texting and driving now, I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? Literally lift your eyes up from your phone for a second and just take in what's going on around you.
Yeah.
You are in a literal 2,000-pound missile careening alongside heavier and faster missiles. And nobody gives a shit.
That you could throw in there too. Like, do you know what they used to have to do to drive?
Like the Model T.
You would have to wear goggles.
Yeah.
Gloves.
Right.
Some people would put like those helmets that don't actually do anything. Those leather whatever the fucks that like footballers used to wear. People used to get fucking ready to drive.
Right.
It was like
well, and now somebody will complain because their AC's broke, and they're like, God, it's so uncomfortable to drive. It should be uncomfortable. You're going damn near 100 miles an hour in a 2,000-pound tin can. What is wrong with you?
That's a great fucking line. It should be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That really encompasses the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
Well, so it's actually a two-parter.
Oh.
So like my follow-up to that is like I obviously have road rage issues. Like duh.
Oh. Yeah.
But I have like second-hand road rage more than I have first-hand road rage. Like if somebody cuts me off, I'm often like too scared because in the moment I'm like, I'm going to die, So then I'm like, I don't honk or whatever. But like if I see somebody else cut someone else off, bro, I will go out of my way to speed up next to that person and give them the bird. And they're like, what the fuck happened with that guy? Why is that guy mad at me? I haven't seen him before. Certainly wasn't behind me when I just cut that person off. But I'm like, I'll drive past the person that just got cut off, and I'm like, I got you, bro. And then I fucking fly up and like, fuck you, dude. And they're like, whoa. So angry.
Dude.
It's a problem.
I remember workshopping this with you because I told you about, like, it was crazy because I remember I had told you I was yelling at somebody for like basically that same scenario. And you were like, dude, I'm writing a joke. I've been writing a joke. So it was like this crazy coincidence that the thing happened. And you're like, I've got got it.
Yeah.
I know how to let you know how you feel.
Right. So yeah, I get secondhand. So yeah, I the how is driving not more terrifying? I feel like is a pretty good premise. Just because like nobody thinks like people fall asleep and die at the wheel of a car.
Yeah,
they fall asleep. I can barely fall asleep in my own bed.
Ooh.
Put me behind the wheel of a car and have me go 70 for 4 hours. I will fall asleep. I need caffeine. I need sunflower seeds.
Do you think it's because our parents used to put us into the car
Could
seat,
be that.
drive us around?
Absolutely could be that.
I've never thought about that.
It's just insane to me.
Yeah.
Like everyone should be driving like this the whole time. The whole time.
Dude, your yell was so potent that it operated like a piano striking the keys, and I could hear it echoing in this tinny.
Sorry.
No.
Okay.
It's a beautiful moment of science, is what my brain went. My brain went, holy shit, science is happening in the springs because of the octave that you hit.
Yeah. That's, I don't know.
But to prove a point, just to prove a point, I've put one finger on the steering wheel and gone, Kim, look.
Yeah.
I'm operating 1.5 tons worth of mass.
Right.
Not including our own body weight.
Right. With the pad of my finger.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it so nonchalantly that I'm telling you to look, therefore looking at you or not paying attention to the road while I'm doing it.
Yeah. Driving is so easy now. Have you ever not realized how you got somewhere? Like you went so far off into thought that your muscle memory
like,
just
I missed
took
the
over?
last 3 miles. That's horrifying.
Yeah.
I'm more terrified to drive a golf ball than I am to drive a car. Like, this could go anywhere while I'm on the tee, tee the ball up, and I'm like, well, this might go out of bounds. I might lose a ball here.
Wow. Yeah.
And then while I'm in a car, I'm like, who cares where the lines are? I don't give a shit. Watch how fast I can go. Who wants to listen to Big J Okerson? Let me just search through my Spotify real quick. What? We just drove 2 miles? It makes it, and then the fact that you're more scared when somebody else is driving. You're like way more conscious of it. Like if somebody like changes lanes too fast, you're like, dude, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah. Because I know.
Because you're not.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and you're not in control either. So
Yeah.
it's like that. That's the. But it blows my freaking mind every time. I'm like, this is not. Nobody should be comfortable.
Yeah.
Ever driving a car. Ever. Like on a motorcycle? Are you crazy?
Ugh. Blech.
Dude, a rock from a semi comes up from a semi tire, comes up a little too quick. Your face, you look like Harvey Dent after your motorcycle ride. You get home, they're like, it happened to half your face. I got hit with a pebble at 80 miles an hour. It just ripped all my skin off.
Have you ever been in a car accident?
Yeah. Totaled my car on the highway. Horrifying.
Ugh.
A bunch of people saw cops, so they slammed on their brakes while I was changing lanes.
Oh, wow.
There was a big pileup of 2 semis in this ditch on 610. One of them was on fire.
Was it winter time or
summer? And I looked over my shoulder to change lanes, get away from all the shit. And the people in front of me, who were going the speed limit, by the way, slammed on their brakes because the people 2 cars ahead of them were speeding, and they slammed on their brakes. The lady in front of me slams on her brakes, and I look forward and just boom. Hit the back of her car, totaled my car instantly. Both the airbags went off, obviously.
Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah. My back is still messed up from it. My neck is still messed up from it.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it was not sweet.
Jesus Christ, man.
And then the cop yelled at me.
Oh.
Comes over to the window, and he's like, what the hell do you think you're doing? I'm like, what do I think I'm doing? Maybe don't have cops on both sides of the fucking road and figure out what the fuck you guys are doing. Maybe put up some markings or have somebody come out here with cones so that we're not 100 yards away from a 2 semi pileup, one of them being on fire before we have to decide to change lanes. You know, like this isn't really on me. Like, you guys have 7 fucking sheriffs here and deputies. Like, maybe do some traffic control. One of you can.
Yeah.
Two of the people, the officers are just standing on the side of the road doing nothing. Like, I'm paying your fucking... I hate when people say that. I'm fucking paying for you to just stand there.
Well, I mean, I hate the look that officers give you for looking at them while they're doing the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're standing on Highway 94.
Right.
People are driving up to 85 miles an hour.
Right.
As they pass you guys, and you're just like, I'm the weird one.
Yeah.
I'm the weird one.
Yeah.
How about that fucking haircut looks like a pig hoof that got grinded down? That's what that looks like.
It doesn't. I do love the getup of a sheriff though, and a deputy as opposed to a police officer.
Yeah.
Just because their hats are so John Wayne, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's like
what
the horses ended 50 fucking years ago, man. You can get a new hat.
What is it about being a state trooper?
That's what it is, troopers. That's what I'm
that you eventually, their shoulders, all of them, come forward so much, but the rest is straight? What is it that happens that they're doing this at all times?
Well, they're on the back of silver.
Because when they write on their notepad, you see how far their elbows are apart?
Yeah. You're like, hey, man, stop doing flies on the bench for a while. Maybe work on your back. Your shoulders are a little hunched.
We get it, man. You got traps.
Yeah. Hey, Dwayne?
What is this, the Temple of Doom? Because you got traps.
Oh, my God. What are you, Wile E. Coyote? Because you got traps.
Oh, I like that one.
Thank you.
That's a great one.
Thanks. All right, bro.
Hey.
Same time next week?
Wait, one more time?
Same time next week?
Yep. Last time.
Same time next week?
Dude,
absolutely. Oh, we're the worst.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.